She was reaching rock bottom. Something was very wrong.
A young woman struggles to get her life back on track. Michele Whitaker is last seen at a South Carolina truck stop.
Is she walking around somewhere? Is she okay? Or is she laying in a ditch somewhere?
I don't want to go to my grave not knowing what's happened to my daughter, but if I do, I'll see her in heaven. I got a phone call, and it was from a gentleman about 10 miles away that apparently she had been staying with, and he called me and he said something's wrong, that he can't find her or reach her. And I'm not sure why I took him seriously, but I did.
In the weeks before her disappearance, Laura Andrews and her husband Chuck believe their daughter Michele, or Shelly as she's known, is dangerously out of control.
Alcohol was her main outlet, and she had been drinking and getting picked up a couple of times, and I think she was just trying to run from her problems and didn't know how to do it.
As they had done once before, Michele's parents make a difficult decision.
To have to do that to your daughter was very painful, and it was painful for her. She was very upset with me.
Michele is supposed to be held in jail until a spot at a local alcohol rehab clinic opened up. But that's not how events unfold. As her worried parents try to locate her, Michele picks up where she left off, hitting the roadhouses of Spartanburg County.
I was out riding my motorcycle. I just on a leisurely cruise. I stopped at a bar. She was sitting by the door, peeking out the door quite often. Looked like she was afraid, so I went over and spoke to her. It was getting late, getting dark again, and she wanted to go to a truck stop. And I told her I'd gladly take her to a truck stop in the morning.
Police administer a polygraph to Brad Wines.
At one point, he was a little bit suspect, but there was never an indication that he had done anything.
As weeks go by, without any word from Michele, anxiety grows.
She may have gone a couple of weeks without calling my parents, but she always called me. She always wanted, be around the family. Even if she was mad at somebody in the family, she would still come around.
I knew that she was kind of in a desperate mode, I think, because she was reaching rock bottom. So I think that probably was what gave me the really big fear that I had that something was very wrong.
A lot of times when people leave, they at least take clothing, a toothbrush. She left with basically nothing.
Frustrated and restless, Michele's parents take matters into their own hands. Periodically, they travel around, chasing down purported sightings of Michele. They also set up a website. In 2002, Michele Whitaker disappeared from a South Carolina truck stop. After 3 years, without any clues to her whereabouts, police receive a fresh lead. An anonymous letter with a hand-drawn map pinpointing her buried remains. Cadaver dogs search a rural area, roughly 25 miles from the truck stop where Michele vanished.
Logically and rationally, I was training myself to believe that she was dead. But there's always a part in you that she was okay somewhere.
But the dogs never pick up a scent, and the search is eventually called off. Investigators are relieved, but remain puzzled by the letter.
Looking back, I think to myself, why would anybody do that? I mean, that was cruel because it gave me a real fear that my daughter was dead.
Michelle's file is now in the hands of cold case investigator William Gary. When he receives a call from an Oregon woman who claims to know Michele, suddenly there is reason to hope.
She knew that we had a missing persons case with the name of Michele Whitaker. And she said, well, I believe I know where she is and that she's here in Oregon.
An Oregon State police officer is sent to verify Michelle's identity. After some reluctance, the woman believed to be Michele agrees to be fingerprinted.
I was still asleep and the phone rang and I answered it. And it was Alan Wood from the police department. He said, we found Shelley and she's alive.
Hello, who is this?
Hi, honey. Just hold on a minute, Shelley. I have never stopped looking for you, not one single day. Honey, we miss you.
2 weeks later, at the Atlanta airport, Michele and her parents have their first encounter.
I put my arms around her at the airport and I just held her and cried.
Michele explains the moment in her own words.
I kept touching them and squeezing them and hugging them. It was like a ghost had come to life or something. I was like, oh my God, you're actually here. Oh my God. I live on a farm with horses and lots of dogs and 7 kids that I watch. I don't make a lot of money. I don't do it for anything like that. It just makes my heart happy because the kids are wonderful. I went to a restaurant, a Waffle House, and I went in with no money and ordered food. And then luckily the guy behind me, I'm gonna cry, paid for my food because I had no money. And that's stealing. I knew I had no money and I walked in there without it, but I was so hungry. And I mean, I could have been murdered, I could have been beat, I could have been something, and nothing happened, thank God, but wow. Sorry.
There's nothing to forgive, there's nothing to be angry over. There's just a second chance waiting for us.
They're happy that I'm in a good place, that I am in a good place mentally. They're very happy for me. They're proud of me, which was really nice to hear. I enjoyed that.